Hello, and what brings you here today to Joli's Apothecary? I see. You'd like a potion for treating anxiety. And does this anxiety also come with an inability to sleep? I see. And what about any signs of depression? And what about any other signs that you can think of that you'd like to share? Okay, well, I'd like to begin with a reading of the cards. So I've got here a selection of cards. They're about being good to yourself. Very important, especially when you're feeling times of stress, sleeplessness, negativity, insecurity, depression, any of those kinds of things. And even when you're feeling great, it's always good to be kind to yourself. So just give them a bit of a shuffle. I'm spreading them out. Now I'm just going to wave my hands over the cards and lightly tap them. And you let me know which card it is that you're feeling, where you want me to stop. You feel it more over here, in this general region, this one. Okay, let's have a look. It says, after a setback, find a place where you feel completely safe, where you can relax, reflect, and renew your desire and courage to face the world again. Well, isn't that just perfect? How fantastic. What I'll do is I'll leave that there, so you can keep looking at this card and reflecting. I'll put these ones back in the box. Perfect. Okay. So now I'm going to have a shuffle through my copious amounts of books. So many. Let's have a look at this one first and see if it talks about anxieties. Okay. So you can see here it's talking about different types of essential oils. that's interesting. Just opened up onto this page. Living a life of calm. I love when the future and the present and the powers that be just come together right where we needed it. So, positive exercise, revitalizer, geranium, orange and rosewood. Bedtime blend, marjoram, mandarin, lavender. They do sound nice. The Just Being blend, doesn't that sound lovely? Lavender, geranium and lang lang. Lang lang is a really pretty scent. Meditation, frankincense, juniper and vetiver. Juniper and vetiver are quite rare essential oils. I have a wide selection, but happen to know I'm out of vetiver. I've been using it on my elbows because they ache. Mei Chang grapefruit chamomile for moving on. Emotional stress blends. So here we have absent-minded, anger, agitation, anxiety, lavender, marjoram and orange. Okay. Some of those essential oils sound good, okay. Bananas, clouded mind, change, palm rosa, cedarwood, ginger. Different. Cold-heartedness. Are you feeling cold and indifferent towards people? Okay. Compulsiveness, concentration, conflict, competence, confusion, courage, creativity, depression, bergamot, rose, sandalwood. Fears, thyme, lemon and cedarwood. That does sound vibrant and uplifting, doesn't it? Impatience, insecurity, lavender, mandarin, pine. Pine's a fascinating one. Pessimism, shyness, grapefruit, geranium, lemon. And what have we in the next few pages? Creating a peaceful environment. Essential oils for the bedroom. Chamomile, sage, frankincense, geranium, jasmine, lavender, mandarin. Lots of uplifting scents. And insomnia. Yes, we did touch on insomnia. Insomnia. We've got the vetiver again. Orange, lavender. So orange and lavender have featured a fair bit. Clary sage. That's a good one. Chamomile, lime, bettergreen. The warm and fuzzies. That caught your attention too? Yeah, do you like that one? Bergamot, patchouli, lang lang and jasmine. Bergamot, patchouli, lang lang and jasmine. Life's nice. Sandalwood. Funny. So you're sort of leaning towards this one? Nice. Okay. So I'll just put that book aside and have a look at this one. It's not an essential oil book per se. But it does talk about top notes, base notes, and middle notes. So if we go with these ones here, bergamot. Bergamot is a top note. The top note means that it's quite vibrant and long lasting. Joli. Joli is a bass note. That means it's quite sort of rich, heavy, and it lasts for a really long time. Gives the fragrance that depth. Ylang Lang. Let's have a look. Right to the bottom. That's an interesting one because it can be both bass and middle. And middle notes help hold the scent together and blend the top and the base. The last one, jasmine. Jasmine. Another bass note, giving this blend here some really good meaty depth. And so if I go here to my little aromatherapy book, we'll have a read through some of the properties. So let's find bergamot first. Maybe bergamot. Here we go, bergamot. Effects on the mind. Uplifting qualities. Very useful for treating listlessness, depression, anxiety, and nervousness. A couple of the things you said you're feeling. Encourages restful sleep, perfect, and helps instill confidence and emotional control. Nice, nice, nice. Effects on the body. It's valuable intestinal antiseptic. You won't be ingesting this, so that won't matter to you. And effects on the skin, you may put this on the skin, so let's have a look. Antiseptic, oily skin, stress related, healing, skin sores. It helps with eczema, psoriasis, acne, scabies, wounds, herpes, and skin disorders on the scalp. So if you had any of those, you might be able to apply this ointment. Although we're yet to discuss how you're going to want this presented, but we'll get to that in a moment. Patchouli, let's go to patchouli. L-M-N-O-P, patchouli. Effects on the mind. Promotes a sense of balance, banishes lethargy, and sharpens the wits. It's always good to keep our wits about us, isn't it? Helps with clarity, keeps the mind more objective. Nice. Effects on the body is it curbs appetite, but again, you won't be ingesting this. Effects on the skin, aids with tissue regeneration, regrowth of skin cells, cools inflamed skin, helps rough, cracked skin, sores, wounds, benefits for acne, eczema, again with those two. Ylang Lang, let's move on to Ylang Lang. L-M-O-P-Q-R-S-T-U-V. Ylang Lang. Okay, effects on the mind. Pacifies the mind, dispelling stubbornness and anger. Creating a feeling of peace. Dissipates jealousy, soothes frustration. Nice. It's a sensuous oil. It helps against introversion and emotional coldness. Wow, there you go, there's that word coming up again, coldness. Effects on the skin. There's a balancing action on the sebum. That's the oils that your skin produces. It's useful for oily skins, has a tonic and stimulating effect on the scalp. Again, the scalp coming up. Alright, one last one, jasmine. LMNOPQ, ABCDFG, J, H, jasmine. Effects on the mind. Eases depression, creating confidence by calming nerves and warming the emotions. Nice. Generally revitalizing, liberates the imagination, lifting moods, exposing inner desires. Interesting, a well-known aphrodisiac. Good to know. Effects on the skin, excellent tonic for all skin types, particularly dry or sensitivity. Nice. Alright, that sounds like the perfect blend with what we want to achieve today. Okay, I'll just put this book aside and have a tinker with my many different oils. Lots of essential oils. I've also got this here, the lesser used types. Make a nice cool sound, as well as my container here. With the bigger bottles. So ylang ylang was one of the ones we needed. Bergamot, A, B, C, B, 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 bergamot. Oh yes, it does say bergamot. I wasn't sure. Patchouli, patchouli. Lastly, jasmine. I can see already this is jasmine. Perfect. Got some tea tree there, some orange. Orange was one that it came up with a lot for the anxiety and depression. Cinnamon, frankincense, mandarin, petitgrain, and what's this one? Sandalwood. Okay, so moving these aside. Now we can see with our book. It's got the quantities here, and the quantities are worked out with the top notes, the base notes, and the middle notes. And if I refer to my notes again, the top notes. Okay. Base notes are usually the least amount, 1 to 2 drops in a 10 ml, 4 to 8 drops of the middle note, and top notes 2 to 3 drops because they can be quite sharp and strong. Base notes can be quite deep, give depth, and the middle notes, they're the ones that have that sort of long-lasting When you sniff it, you get a sense of the top note first. You can feel that bass lingers, and the middle just holds it all together. So, bergamot, patchouli, ylang-ylang and jasmine, right. So on to our next question. How would you like this presented? You've got a couple of choices. It can come in a massage oil, a massage lotion, which you can rub on your hands, your wrists, your temples, under your nose, parts of your neck. And that way you can just sort of sniff it as you go. It could be used in an oil burner as well, yes, definitely. Vaporize and sniff and inhale, yes, definitely. There's also an ointment. We can put it in an ointment, which is a thicker base, a thicker cream. You can still apply the same way. That one you wouldn't use in an oil burner. And the other options are in rich cream or light cream moisturiser, depending on your skin type. If you have oily skin, I'd put it in a light moisturiser. If you have dry skin, to normal skin, you go in the rich cream moisturiser. And those would be applied to your face and your hands in the morning and at night to help relax you during the day and sleep at night time. But yeah, that's right, you could put all of them on in the morning, at night time, and as during the day as needed. Yeah, if whenever you need that pick-me-up, you can always just apply your ointment. Yeah. Okay, so you'd like it in a massage oil? Nice. Alright, we'll get that happening. Put these lovely scents together. And what I'll do is I'll grab a nice carrier oil. I think apricot is a good one. It's really good with blending into your natural skin. Yes, grapeseed as well can be used. Olive oil is also another good one. Okay, if I go back to my trusty book here. It gives a little bit of a rundown on the oils, which you can see I've highlighted. Alright, so you want to avoid almond oil, nut oils, yeah sure, macadamia, we'll skip that one, sweet almond. So you've got jojoba, you can put it in that one, it's quite an expensive oil. Rosehip, also quite an expensive oil, but it regenerates tissue, improves tissue texture, slows the aging process and improves scar tissue. You want one of the more affordable oils? Definitely. I would be thinking then that the apricot kernel is quite a good choice. Yes, it's got vitamins A, B1, B2, B5, B12 and C. How cool is that? And it's very light and soothing on the skin. Yeah, perfect. I think that's perfect for what you're after. Okay, fantastic. Well, what I'll do is I'll get onto that, and that should be ready in a day or two, and you can come back and collect that when it's ready. Fantastic. Any other questions? That's all for now. Fantastic. Alright, well, a pleasure to see you again. I look forward to seeing you again soon with your lovely potion. And yes, I'll see you shortly in a few days. Fantastic, lovely, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.